I live on the island of Hispaniola in the Caribbean Sea. The Dominican Republic is on the eastern side, and my country, Haiti, occupies the western third of the island. The capital city is Port-au-Prince, a city of almost 2 million people. I've been there once, but don't like it. It is much too crowded. From Port-au-Prince to my town, you travel west, then south over the mountains to the coast. My town is called Marigot. The trip from the capital takes 5 hours by bus. About 2,500 people live here. This row of houses was built by the government after the hurricane of 1954. Each has 2 rooms. My family lives here in this one. My name is Marie-Julie Deronette. I know that I am 14 years old because I have my birth certificate, and it says I was born on February 7, 1984. My mother's name is Marie-Yolene, and my younger sister is Emanuela. She has her birth certificate too, and is 12. My grandmother, my mother's mom, Germaine, lives with us. My father lives in Port-au-Prince, but has nothing to do with us. Today, Emanuela and I have morning classes. My mom makes sure we look nice before leaving. Our town is famous, sort of, because the liberator of Haiti, Toussaint Louverture, stayed here with his army for 3 days in 1799. Toussaint was a former slave. Almost all Haitians are descendants of African slaves, brought here by the Spanish and French colonialists in the 16th, 17th, and 18th centuries. Toussaint fought for our independence, which we won in 1804. We celebrate Independence Day on January 1st. Our country is very poor, and to tell the truth, it always has been poor, the poorest in the Americas. There is very little work for the people, and money is scarce. Just getting food to eat each day is a very big worry. Emanuela and I both go to school each day from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. This is my only uniform. It costs $45, so I must make it last. Everyone here knows that education is very important, but most parents don't have money to buy pencils, notebooks, and clothes, so their children don't go to school. Our language is Creole. Only the Haitian people speak it. We learn French and English, but not nearly enough to speak it well. I am in the 7th grade. I like most of my subjects, especially languages and natural sciences like this class, but I dislike math. Two years ago, I was sick with malaria and typhoid, but was cured with a lot of medicine. It was the only time I saw a doctor. I've never been to a dentist. Since that time, I've wanted to become a doctor. It's a dream I have. Like many women here, my mother earns a little bit of money by washing and ironing clothes for people. We don't have electricity, so she irons with charcoal. She doesn't earn a lot of money ironing, but as we say, petit petit fait pile. Every little bit adds up. We don't own a radio. Few people here do. I've seen television a couple of times during the town feast. Behind our house we have many trees, but it is hard for us to harvest the fruit. So we call on a neighbor Frito to cut down the coconuts. He is amazing. I don't know how he climbs so high. I think I would get dizzy. He quickly cuts away the outer green husk with his machete. Then he chops off the top of the coconut. It's like opening the top of a bottle. We drink the coconut milk and eat its soft, sweet meat. It's delicious and very nutritious. Another tree in our yard produces breadfruit. Because it is so plentiful, it is called the food of the poor. I don't think it has any taste. Marigo has lots of kids, lots and lots of them, but most never go to school and never learn to read and write. A few get work hand knitting nets the fishermen use here. That is the work most men do here. Fish in the waters for sardines and larger fish. Some work out of boats, while others simply walk out to the reefs and cast their hooks. It may seem strange, but few of us have ever learned to swim. The women bring food and articles to the marketplace to sell. We have another proverb, en haut dit pas pesé. Carry it on your head and it weighs little. The women spend all day hoping someone will buy their products. My sister and I haul water to the house. We have a well in the backyard, but we use it only to wash clothes. This water is good for cooking and drinking, and is just minutes away. All the people are responsible for keeping the area in front of their houses clean. It is a job we do each morning. Another saying is, fais cabanon avant de ménager. Clean up your mess before leaving. One sport that is very popular among the men here is cockfighting. Every village has its cockfight pen. Men come with roosters they have trained and given special foods to eat. Money is then wagered on the roosters and the noise level rises. Two roosters are set loose in the pen to fight each other. They fight with their wings and beaks. They also hit each other with spurs on their legs that the owners have sharpened into points. They usually fight until one rooster lies down and refuses to fight. Rarely does a rooster die. I don't like cockfights at all. In fact, women aren't even allowed inside. My sister Emanuela wants to raise a goat of her own. She talked with my uncle, who sold her the unborn kid of this pregnant goat. Emanuela will raise the goat from birth. It's work because a goat is always hungry and you have to go out to find weeds and grass for it. The good thing is that when Emanuela needs money for school, for book, or for anything, she can sell the goat in the marketplace. Emanuela has a good idea here, and now I'd like to raise a kid goat from the next litter. Since our houses are so small, the streets are always full of people. Each day, many people take the bus to nearby Jacmel or to Port-au-Prince. In Marigot, there are a couple of stores, but for the most part, We buy from people who sell in front of their homes, like my grandmother here buying charcoal from our neighbor. Everyone in Haiti cooks with charcoal made from tree branches, and that's a big problem. The people who make charcoal cut down the trees but don't replant them. In many places, the country is becoming a desert, especially in the mountains. Haiti used to be 80% forest, but no longer. Now barely 3% of the forest remains. When the rainy season comes, entire mountains wash down, bringing the soil into the sea. It's sad. But it is the custom here to cook with charcoal, as here my grandmother and I do to prepare our food. Usually we eat one meal a day. We eat rice, which I like a lot, and beans, which I also like. But the breadfruit, it is so tasteless. I don't like it at all. Just getting food is a daily struggle for most people in Marigo. Thanks to the sea, we buy sardines once or twice a week from the fishermen. 4 sardines sell for 10 cents. We almost never eat any meat or drink milk. All those foods cost too much. It's only during times like the town feast that we spend money on these special foods. My friend Beatrice and I often walk along the shore, chatting and looking for shells among the stones. It is so peaceful. The sound of the waves is music to my ears. I sing in the choir during the Sunday Mass. I just love to sing. I'm also a lector and read from the Bible. I like that a lot. It makes me feel good as a woman to read before all the people. We look for a lot of things in Haiti, for work, for food, for education, for health. We need our leaders to work together for the good of all. It is the struggle of all Haitians. Our proverb gives us comfort. L'espoir fait vivre. We live because we hope.
I live on the island of Hispaniola in the Caribbean Sea. Haiti is on the western side, and my country, the Dominican Republic, is on the east. Santo Domingo is located on the south coast. It is the capital and the largest city. About 2 million people live here. There is always traffic all day long. The colonizers gave saint names to the land and cities they founded. The capital and the country are named after Saint Dominic, who lived in the 12th century. Many people from the countryside flood into the city each day. Often they are very poor. They live with families or settle in cardboard and tin shacks until they can afford something better. People do all sorts of jobs, anything to earn money for food and housing. Santo Domingo was founded in 1496 on the Osama River. Originally, it grew up on the east bank, but after a hurricane destroyed the settlement, it was rebuilt on the west bank. It is the oldest permanent European city in the Americas. I live with my family in this housing project in the barrio of Puerta Isabela. There are 15 buildings, all built by the government 10 years ago. My name is Jonathan Taveras de los Santos. I'm the one with the cast on my arm. I'll tell you about it later on. I'll be 14 in a couple of months. My family lives in building E South. Each building has 40 apartments. Some apartments have one family, most have two, and often three. We live on the third floor in apartment 3-1. My mother's name is Martina. My dad is Francisco. We are 4 boys. I am the youngest. Francis is 19 years old. He goes to school and works in the marketplace selling fruit. Then there is Nelson, the eldest, who works in the drugstore in another part of Santo Domingo. He likes the job, but it is so far away he has to take 3 buses to get there. Another brother, Augusto, is 17 years old. He goes to school and works with the Red Cross. We've lived 3 years in this apartment. We pay $100 a month for 4 rooms, a bath, and a small kitchen. My parents don't like it here and want to move out. There are cracks on the wall and they say it was poorly constructed. Dad's been sick for over 3 months with a foot infection that the doctors can't cure. He hasn't been able to drive his taxi. It's a worry. I don't know what's going to happen. My grandparents live in a nearby barrio. When Hurricane George hit the island, we came to live here. My grandfather is Jaime and my grandmother is Alberta. My parents didn't trust the safety of the building, so we all moved in with them. It was crowded. We slept on the floor. We watched the winds blow and listened to the radio. It was scary. Houses lost their roofs and trees fell down. But it was worse in the countryside where the houses are very flimsy. There was over $1 billion in damage and 1,000 people lost their lives. Some 40 bridges were destroyed. We remained here 2 days and nights, then returned home, and that's when I broke my arm. I was climbing the stairs at night, and there were no lights, and it was raining. The stairs were slippery, and down I went. It hurt a lot. I knew something was broken. My dad rushed me to the hospital. The doctors took x-rays and said the forearm was broken in 2 places. What luck. Everyone, the kids in school and in the project, Everyone wanted to sign my cast. We know all the families, all the kids here. Everyone walks in and out of friends' apartment. There's no problem. The apartments are small, so people crowd the hallways. The kids play where they can. I like baseball, but my favorite sport is basketball. But for now, I can't play anything but calves with the kids. We don't have a playground nearby, so we live and play in the streets. We have artists here who paint the walls with important messages. Everyone here respects the signs. This one teaches the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights of the Child, the right to life, health, education, and protection. Of all the sports, there's only one that is king in the Dominican Republic, baseball. This game is called pelota. It's very popular. There are more than 12 Dominicans playing Major League Baseball in the United States. My favorite is Sammy Sosa. He hit 66 home runs in 1998 and was voted the most valuable player. All these players are our heroes. Early on, kids want to be ball players. We dream of going to the United States and playing in the big leagues. We'll become stars, earn tons of money, and come back to build a big house in the Dominican Republic for our parents. These are our dreams. I am in the 6th grade at my school. We line up before entering the building and sing a school anthem. Our principal always gives us a pep talk, but at 2 o'clock sharp, he closes the school gate and no one is allowed inside. That's happened to me a couple of times. It is embarrassing. I have to see a classmate and copy his notes, so I wouldn't lose the material. There are double sessions. I attend in the afternoons from 2 to 5. This class is math, which I like. I am thinking of becoming an architect when I grow up. There are 60 kids in my class. Our desks are crammed into every inch of space. I'm a bit timid, I know. When I get angry, I keep my feelings inside. I get along well with most of the students and don't ever fight with anyone. We Dominicans are a mix of many races. To begin with, there are the original inhabitants Columbus found when he arrived, the Taínos and the warlike Caribs. And we have European or Spanish blood from the conquistadores. And a short time later, the slaves from Africa came to work the sugarcane plantations. Within 100 years, all the Indian population was wiped out. The Taínos and Caribs died because of their hard work in their fields and from diseases brought from Europe. The second class today is in the Spanish language. I also study English and French. I like social science, but I don't like natural science. I'm lucky that it isn't my right arm that broke. Santo Domingo has a rich colonial past. Columbus set foot on the Dominican soil during his second journey to the New World. His son Bartholomew founded a settlement in Santo Domingo just 4 years later. This is the first street in the New World, called Calle de las Damas, Street of the Ladies. This is the house of Diego Columbus, the eldest son of Christopher Columbus. He was the first viceroy of the island. The house has kitchen, bedrooms, living rooms, just like it was in the 1500s. Nelson, my uncle, and I visit the Faro de Colón, the lighthouse of Columbus, which President Joaquín Balaguer built to remember the 500th anniversary of Columbus' arrival. The Faro contains the tomb of Columbus, as well as the anchor of the Pinta, one of the original ships Columbus piloted on his first trip from Spain. Another wonderful place in Santo Domingo is la Plaza De La Mandera, the Park of the Flag. The sign reads, "How beautiful and high are you, O Dominican flag. Whoever sees you, higher, ever higher." Gaston Deligne is one of our poets. Our Fiestas Patrias, or Independence Day, is February 27. On Sundays, my mother goes all out and prepares a special meal, but it is hard for all of us to be here. My brothers Nelson and Augusto are out working, so it is just the 4 of us this Sunday. The main foods that we Dominicans eat are rice and beans, arroz con habichuela. We eat a lot of tropical fruits that are plentiful here and don't cost a lot. Here, we eat avocado with salad and lechosa or papaya. Today we eat a piece of meat. It is a special day. My mom is a great cook. This has been quite a year for me. For one thing, I turned 13. Then the terrible Hurricane George struck. I'll always remember the damage of it. And of course, the fall and my broken arm. For sure, it has been a year I won't soon forget.